y'all, we back again for another Late Night Chronicles afternoon edition because you see it's light outside. Episode 8.
Season 1, episode 8, quarantine edition. We're not quarantined. We're
we back. This is regular.
We're back. We're back.
So we have a special guest in the house. One of our guests, she's not here yet, but that's fine. She's fashionably late. But we got my man in the house, Christian. What's up, man?
Chilling, man. Living.
Now, Christian, if you don't know anything about this man made this all happen. So if you haven't been in Studio 3125, you got to come here. This is the man. This is the man behind the whole building. He's trying to be all humble. This is the man right here. So, Christian, where are you from originally?
I was born in Oahu. So,
really?
Yeah, I was born in Hawaii.
Why I think Louisiana for some reason?
Oh, my family were Creole.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
I'm from Louisiana and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was personally born in Oahu.
What's that like?
I don't know. Island life. It's kind of.
That's dope.
Yeah, it gets old though. People would think that, why would you move from Hawaii?
Yeah.
Blah, blah. It just gets old, you know.
That is true.
I mean, it's a great place if you're not an entrepreneur. You like to love and live with the flow of the ocean and the wind and stuff. That's great. But when you're like, I'm trying to grind and build like a multi-million-dollar business,
it's not the spot
to do
For
it.
the grinder like you who's busy all the time, it's not.
Yeah,
It's too mellow for you.
It's too small for you.
Exactly. I own the whole island by now. Because the island is the size of this building.
It is.
So, no.
So when did you leave Hawaii?
Probably when I was what? Honestly, I was so young. But I've been back a lot, but probably about what, 4
So
or
you were
5.
later. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I mean, I would consider myself one just because I wasn't there long enough to really enjoy a lot of the other perks.
Okay.
But then I've been back so many times and.
You got family still there or no?
No, not anymore.
Okay, they all here. Okay.
Yeah.
So you wear many hats, but I mean, what else do you do?
Shoot, I don't know, man. Anything and everything. You know, I just like to build, honestly. Anything that has to do with building, construction, hands-on, whether it's hands-on or just brain power, I love to build. So, you know, I'll create just about anything my mind can come up with. And if I don't know how to build it, I'll build it. You know, I'll Google, YouTube, whatever.
There's nothing that we can't do anymore. It's like there's
Right.
nothing that everything is a palm in our hands. So it's like if you really don't know
exactly.
anything, it's like you can't ask anybody. You have the answer.
There's no
Yeah.
reason
You
why
have
people
the answer.
shouldn't have a hustle today. You know, it's like where you don't have to go to school, just get on
Oh.
YouTube, Google,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So
You see,
Sorry,
you see,
that's
you
my
see,
mom.
you see?
That's my mom.
she goes, that's my mom.
Hi, mom.
Mom is very important.
Hi, mom.
She's probably thinking, look, I'm just gonna take my watch off because I don't even know if it's gonna ring. And I'm like, dang.
So let me ask you this: as a minority business owner, how did this whole Black Lives Matter movement affect you?
You know, it's for me.
Affect
I've
or
always.
impact you.
Or
In
impact
my
you.
life, your
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, no. You know, for me, it opened up my eyes to a lot of things. I mean, things that I've already known. You can only do things from your own perspective.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people these days will, Christian, I get so many DMs, I get bashed all the time about why I'm not a part of the protest. But I've been in the protest, I just wasn't announcing it. It's not, plenty of videos, I'm just not putting it on Instagram. You know, why are you not doing the Blackout Tuesdays? Well, for me, I look at the world, so I'm obviously being a digital marketer, being a talent agent, sports agent, all that stuff, behind the scenes of what it takes to make things come to the forefront.
Yes.
And usually, me being kind of against, anti-governmental, a lot of things like that, or being a little semi-conspiracy theorist, I kind of go with the opposite of where if the government's allowing you to do something and they're pushing you in a certain direction, then there's a reason why.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So not to say that I think, of course Black Lives Matter, of course. I'm black. 100%.
Are you black?
How we ignore that?
You wouldn't know if you would ask the people I grew up, because they didn't treat me like one, but because, so many other things. But for me, of course, the movement to me, I'm like, yes, we want to be a part of it. At the same time, I'm saying, why is it this? So and I have many conspiracy theories and ideas as to why that is. But so you wipe away all that, and it comes back to me. It's just saying, what do I know best? I know business, I know finances, I know money. So for me, it's like, how do I fix this problem? I'm not a protester. I'm not good at going out and yelling. When I went, it was crazy. It wasn't even black people; it was white people. Everybody else, Black Lives Matter. That's super dope, but I'm not one of those people. I'm a thinker. I like to sit at home. So
You always, you're like an undercover. Like he would think, as far as I know him, you're always like you're a doer, not like.
Yeah, I don't talk. I'm not a talker. I'm not gonna say.
So
hey.
the when you did post Blackout Tuesday, it didn't surprise me, but I was just thinking like, how did his followers or like, you know,
Yeah.
the people,
How they receive that?
how did they receive
I got
that? Because
bashed.
that you
I got
being
bashed.
a young, you know, black man,
entrepreneur.
Yeah.
entrepreneur, you're the
Supposedly-
pride,
I
you're one of the
never-
prides.
And that's the thing. I never asked or wanted to be a pillar in the community. I never. I'm not saying that I'm not grateful for the position that I'm placed in. 100% I'm grateful and I you know, but I never wanted to be a sex symbol. I just wanted to be somebody who was successful and made money and could pass it down to my generations and teach. So silently, and I haven't even announced it yet. You guys are actually the first ones to know. I created theblackdollar.com.
Okay, we're the late night chronicles.
You heard it here first.
Dead serious. I have not announced anybody, but I was on the phone. Me and my dad were going back and forth about how do we fix this? What do I need to do? And, you know, why am I not protesting? And so he's like, dude, the only way we can fix this for our community, one issue we've always had, the Asian community does it very well, circulate your dollar. The white community does it very well, circulate your dollar. The black community does not do it very well. We do not circulate our own dollar. It has nothing to do with any other culture. It has nothing to do with us against it. We just don't circulate our dollar. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm like, well, what do we do to fix that? Like, simply put, in that 3-minute conversation with my dad, he goes, we need to circulate the black dollar. And I said, like, as he's yelling at me, I'm buying the black dollar. I bought it.
Go, Daddy.
As he's killing, as you know, Tunchi's mine. Go Daddy's cool, but Tunchi. No, so as he's doing that, I'm putting it all together. By the time we were off the phone, I had already built the layout for the blackdollar.com. So the Black Dollar is basically, it's a large database for black-owned businesses. So it's the Google for black-owned businesses. You go and you
like weed maps.
Exactly.
For the cannabis.
Exactly. But instead it's for, so you come to the site, you type in your location. Say I just landed in LA and I want to circulate my black dollar. I geolocate myself. I type I want to eat pizza. It's gonna pull up all the black-owned pizza parlors around.
That's dope.
I type in, you know, whatever, marketing services. It's gonna pull up all the black-owned marketing companies around me. I type in anything. And so and it's free, 100% free to all black business owners, 100% free to all users. I will always keep it free. It will always, it's not a non-profit in a sense.
Maybe we do advertising dollars?
Maybe in the future we'll do advertising dollars, but honestly right now I want to keep it simple, keep it clear. I have enough money to keep the site going. You know, why it's a site until it gets to the point where it's hard to navigate and control or you know, approve, and because right now the approval process is you go, you apply, you submit your ID, you show your LLC. Right now, cool, I do 5 a day. You know, I do it right before I go to sleep, I go approve 5 people and they can go up there. It's scarce right now. I have literally just been asking like a few black business owners, hey, go add your company up there, go add this, like ATL Wings and those guys. You know, just go add your businesses on there. There's nobody really looking for it yet, but when I pop it, I'm gonna pop it, you know, and it's just gonna be important that we spread that to say, like, if you want to circulate black wealth, you have to do it this way.
I mean, we're having her, one of my girlfriend, her name was Hillary, and he was like, where is the black one? Like, we are like searching for it. So if they have that platform, it's easier for everybody.
That's the hard part.
We've
always been like, how can I
it's an easy access.
How can I spend money with my community if I don't know where they're at?
That's awesome, Christian.
Thank you. Thank you.
Man, I applaud that too. I'm excited. I'm gonna put my business on it.
I'm asking everybody, like, if you see this video, you watch this, go tell anybody you know who owns a black business. Go on there. It is 100% free.
And I'll put the information in the video anyway.
Oh, please,
you're good. As you see, we got new Blackwater here. I'm always got to give a shout out to Blackwater. They always want the water. I love this relationship that we have. They're my main sponsor. So we're testing these live on camera. So I've had all of them except these 4. No, I've had coconut. Coconut's really good. So which one do you have, Christian?
I did the
dirty lemonade.
Dirty lemonade,
The island and me, like the coconut, of course.
I'm trying this smooth right here. I'm trying the peach mango, which is not too bad. Pretty good.
Yeah. No, I had this one was cool. I definitely had the coconut more.
Coconut more?
Smile.
That's your favorite now? How's this resistance? Pretty good.
I like it. I like Blackwater. Got me hooked. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
So Christian, you wear all these hats. I mean, you think you're gonna slow down one day and have a family? I mean, is that in the plan? You want to talk to me?
No.
You want to talk? Okay, we're gonna take a small commercial break.
It's off limits.
No, there's no off limits. No, families. I want a large family. I have a big family now. I have a lot of siblings. My brother just had his first daughter. My adopted older brother, he's had twins. I want a large family. I want I want like 7 to 10 kids.
I can see that.
I want them all. Bang,
Good
bang.
luck, whoever that girl is.
You'll probably do at least 4 or
Well,
5.
I mean, I'm working at adoption process now, so there's a whole lot of things like that. Like I don't mind it being, whether it's
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I'd love to skip the middleman and have like 10 kids and like no wife. Like, he just does all kinds of stuff with his kids all day long. Like all he does is travel with like his kids and like love them, and he has like 10 nannies with 10 whatever it is. No, I don't know. I'm just kidding. No, I love the homesteading. Like I would love that. But right now, with everything I'm trying to build, my legacy is more important to me than my offspring. In a sense, like I would rather affect my community and build what I can build to make sure that future generations of honorees and fifers can survive and not have to go through some of the struggles that we've been going through.
I know it's go ahead.
So one of the things that you said, like building that website and helping the Black people community and making it an easable access to support the Black community. So other than that, what do you see yourself doing more for the Black community, other than that aspect? Because I like the thing is great. You have like all when you talk to Christian's the type of person that like conversation just goes on. So I want to know.
If you go, this show will never end. Well, this episode will be episode 20. Still Christian.
Christian forever.
No, things hit me as I go and as I continue to grow and learn. I can only, like I was saying earlier, I can only do based off of what I know and based off of, and that's the one thing too is, I would love to do more in a certain direction in the community, but at the same time, I just don't know enough facts. And that's the hard part with me is I'm not an emotional person. I'm very factual. So, and we as a Black community have to do better in controlling our emotions, because emotions, from a marketing and from an advertisement and media standpoint, is how you move people. If I want you, everything is an emotion. So if I want you to do something for me, tap into your emotions, tap into your psyche. You know what I'm saying? If I want you to work harder for me, whether it's in the studio or one of my companies, I tap into your emotions. What do you want? What does your family want for you? So you have to take a deeper look into it. So emotions are everything. So showing all this Black brutality on the news, all this stuff on the news, I'm not saying I know it. Obviously, it exists. It's there. But why are they letting us see it so easily? Why are they wanting us to see it so much? Why? Because exactly, it attacks. It hits us. It hits at home. When you watch
We're emotional people.
Yeah, and when you watch George Floyd die on your hand, you're just watching it. I'm thinking to myself, I would have thrown a brick at that guy. I would have shot that guy. I would have punched that guy. I would have threw my phone at that guy. I would have did anything. Well, emotionally, it rounds you up. But why is it so easily accessible? Because they want us to feel it. They want us to feel it, and they want us to take it to another level. And it's not always good. Sometimes it's best to say, instead of expressing outward, to look inward and get tighter with your community and then start creating things. So I don't know exactly, back to your question, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do and what I'm going to create. I know that after you make a certain amount of money, which the companies and everything is getting to that point, once you get to a certain point and you're over that hump, money doesn't matter anymore. At that point now, your life is about philanthropy. It's about, and Bob Parsons, the founder of GoDaddy, he asked me that question. What comes after making millions of dollars? What comes after making billions of dollars? I said philanthropy. He was like, that's the best answer. That's the exact answer I was looking for. He's like, once you got it all, now you give back. Now you're overflowing with love, money, power, energy, whatever. You give back and you create whatever. So I know in my mind, growing where I grew up, I lived a lot of my life in Indianapolis, Indiana. I lived in South Bend, Indiana. I've seen a lot of just not so good things. I also live, of course, in Los Angeles, in Gardena, California, here in Arizona, of course. So we've been all over, but I've seen a lot of things, and I know one thing I want to create, which is a little probably too soon to even announce or talk about, is I want to build communities that end the public housing projects.
I think we talked about that.
We did talk about that.
Talked about
That's
that.
good.
Yeah, and that's in your. I was
That's
talking about partner up with
That's the first time
we gotta work on that.
First time
The first day we met, that was our. Hey, we're building this stuff, and this is my idea for these communities. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
And you were like, oh,
yeah.
perfect. Yeah, but I know that's my grand, like my big goal. But
Yeah.
in the meantime, it's like building apps. I do that. Building websites, I do that. They're at my fingertips. I can build a website in 48 hours if I need to, and make it customizable to however I need it to be done. So those are at my fingertips. Everything else comes with more partnerships and relationships, and more ideas to really fill them out. And then of course, you know, we just have to be at a standpoint where we can hold strong against the naysayers and the people, because we've tried this before. Obviously, we've tried to do, you know, in Tulsa, we tried to do, and our communities were burned. Our communities, we were pillaged and we were killed. You know, in those communities. Exactly, everything that we've ever tried to build has been destroyed. So a lot of people who sit and say, you know, talk about, you know, the Italians and the people who were brought here and who were slaves, and well, the thing is that yes, there was slavery, we get it, but no one has been mentally enslaved like the black community has been for the last 500 plus years. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you got 400 years of slavery, then you got 50 more years of, okay, cool, now we're free, we're gonna try and build our own shit, but then you get knocked down anyway. They come in, oh, all the shit that you just tried to build, we're gonna fuck it up to make sure you don't go anywhere. And then so it's like, and so when it's something that I think that other cultures will never understand. It's like you're playing a game. The girl, actually, I watched.
I love that.
You saw that?
Monopoly.
Yeah, it's a game of
phenomenal.
Monopoly. It's like the first 400 years. As you're playing the game, you're not playing it for yourself, you're playing it for somebody else.
Yeah.
Then they allow you to play, and then everything you get, they burn and they just wipe the game up and put a whole new game down and say, oh yeah, fuck your game.
Yeah.
You're winning now? No, new game.
Yeah.
And then every time you do it, they burn it and take it down again. I love that girl's analogy to that, because
so
that's
perfect.
exactly how it is.
Yeah.
And so now, and everybody's like, well, today it's new times, and today it's this and this. We haven't been, today are better times than it was back then. Of course, I agree 100%.
Yeah,
But that doesn't mean that our communities still don't need to be educated. They still don't need to be taught how to build these things from the ground up. I was blessed and lucky to have the parents that I do. My mom especially. I mean, it's not like she was the most supportive mom. She always wanted me to get a job. Yeah, go get the day job, you know. But I was blessed for my surroundings and the simple fact that she was like, go get a real job, but she also loaned me $1,500. You know what I'm saying? And so you can pay me this shit back. But you know, so I had that you know, it's a fine line, but I'm so grateful just for the way that I was brought up, my upbringing, the things that happened. So anyway, like I said, we'll talk forever.
Okay. So we're gonna take a small commercial break. When we come back, we have our next guest, Ms. Yuri Star. We've seen about 4 minutes. Sorry, 2 minutes, 2 and 2. All right, we're back again for another edition of Late Night Chronicles Season 1, episode
8.
And we have our special guest, Ms. Yuri Star. What's up, girl? How you doing?
Hi, how are you
I
guys?
think it's so cute.
Thank you. It's my favorite color.
I got the memo when we went to.
So how are you doing through all this whole?
You know, I don't want to say I'm doing too well because I know there's a lot of people that aren't doing too well, you know. But I can say, you know, I can share my wisdom of how to keep, you know, your mental health and your positivity in check. For me, like, I do have a lot of resilience, and I have a lot of support around me, so I am doing really well, actually. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna just jump right into it. You're a samba dancer.
I am, and I went back to samba yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
How did it happen?
Yeah.
How did I get into
Yeah, how'd you get into samba dancing?
How did I become like a professional dancer? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You want the whole spiel?
Or give me the clip notes.
Okay, the clip notes.
We don't have
I don't have a lot of time. So, actually, one of my really good friends, she's actually Filipino.
Oh, okay.
You know, Brazilian samba. It's from Brazil.
Yes.
I don't know if you're familiar with samba.
Good.
You are? Okay, great. So, exactly. I actually went to go support her for the first, we as in Samba AZ, we host the national samba competition here in Phoenix.
Oh, wow.
Phoenix, yeah. And we are the #1, like, in the country.
Oh,
Just
wow.
throwing it out there, you know. But I went to go support her at that time when they were doing the competition. I wasn't part of the team. I just went to go support her, and then I just saw all those women up there, like, you know, different colors, shape, size, like it doesn't matter where you're from, like everybody was cheering on for the person who's on stage. It was just so, like, women up there were just so fierce. So like, it inspired me because I was a dancer then. I mean, I've been dancing all my life.
Okay.
I've never done samba. I did perform like Latin ballroom, I did hip hop, jazz, contemporary hip hop, all like high school. I was part of the dance team, but I was like, wow, like I was just so inspired because like especially my friend who's Filipino, like she's like a really tiny thing, but she's just shaking her like tiny booty up there. I was like, yeah, so she really inspired me, and then you know of course all the other women like from all over the country. It was a beautiful competition, and you know there's so much love. There's no like a lot of hate. Like we have such a strong like supportive group of women, and I love that space. But yeah,
Sounds like a great energy around.
Yeah.
Now I saw I'm watching some of your posts on Instagram, and it's just so powerful how you kind of went and helped support the Black Lives Movement. You went down to the protesters. You were really instrumental in that movement. So what's your passion behind that?
Yeah, so, you know, I was invited, I do want to mention that, I was invited by the Latin dance community.
Oh, okay.
So we are actually one of the spearhead groups of the march. That's not something a lot of people know, but one of the leaders of the march that was happening in downtown Phoenix, he's a really big figure in the Latin dance community. Good. And initially it started with a student, I don't know if I can say her name, but from ASU.
Okay.
She was like, hey guys, I really want us to, bring that, like our community power and stand up for this movement. And I was like really moved by that. And that's the initial start of it, and then the actual leader. He's a natural born leader.
So what else have you been doing for the community?
I also am I'm a community engagement director with Arizona Korean Association. And then I'm actually a director for Mahaley Project. We're a media advocacy company. Or I would say company, we're an organization. We just became LLC. I'm a healing director in that. It's a media advocacy company / organization where we raise awareness around human trafficking and domestic violence and now racism.
Yeah.
So I think because it's so fresh, it's like we're not even hitting a month. There's no place or a setting where that topic isn't,
brought up.
Right. And you go in different tables and have this open conversation, and sometimes people are not on the same page. How do you handle those situations?
No, that's a $1 million question, because our entire country, we look at this so differently.
Yeah.
We all have different realities.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been really pondering about every single day. I have so many conversations. Like, I look at my calendar, I'm a calendar gal. I put everything in my calendar. And sometimes I look at my calendar at the end of the day and I don't have anything going on, but I was so busy, with conversations.
Yeah.
People calling me and just telling me how they feel about this, and I'm telling them how I feel about this, you know. And at the end of the day, it's just so funny that there are people who are ignorant to say COVID doesn't exist, it's not real.
Yeah.
Are you serious right now?
Same thing with Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, and Black Lives Matter. Racism doesn't exist. Do you live in this world? Are you awake? Are you present? Are you seeing what's happening around the world? It's not just USA. I mean, we got people in New Zealand, we got people in Germany, Russia.
France. You see what we're doing in France, right?
Asia.
Social media is such a powerful tool. Literally, you can, if you have a platform, you can impact anybody. Even if you have 100 followers, those 100 followers are very loyal.
They are.
You know what I'm saying? True. So it's not by how many thousands that you have. It's how many people you can impact or touch lives in a sense. And it's interesting how I saw a video that really it literally made me cry. Growing up, I saw police as
as
a protector and stuff like that. And I saw this video of she's a little black girl, probably 10, 11, and she's literally shaking, terrified, crying. This white woman who's a cop, and it changed our
Your whole
view
perspective,
about the authority, and it broke my heart, and I'm like, that's where we at right now.
Wow.
And I'm like, what can we do? Because I will be in the table in the conversation of like, oh, are you pro Black Lives Matter, or, and then there's other person will be like, all lives matter, and I'm in the middle of like, and I'm trying to educate myself more, and I'm trying to be the middleman, and like, he's not saying that your life ain't matter, he's just saying that Black Lives Matter. So it's like, those conversations is mentally exhausting, because it's like, it's almost like, this is not a debate, it's just a mature conversation of how can we make a change, how can we change your mind of like, this is not just one race problem, it's all of our fucking problems. Because even in like dating and stuff like that, somebody said like, well, if you're dating a Black guy, that is your problem.
Absolutely.
Because you're gonna have black kids. So it's like, either way, it's gonna affect you. You have best friends, you have friends that's like, mean so much to you. These two guys mean so much to me, they're dear friends of mine. So yeah, it does affect our life. So it's like, how else can we be
I think
united?
the problem
You know
is
what I'm
that,
saying?
like, of course, like, all lives matter, but we can't say that unless we actually truly have equality.
Exactly.
And, you know, like you being a
You
Black
can say
person.
it. You can say it. So we were on a conference call. Remember that?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm the vice president of the Arizona Asian American Association, and there's like 15 of us on this call, and somebody said something. I'm like, oh, whoa. So she saw me get passionate. And she called me like, all right, thank you for standing up. I'm like, I wasn't supposed to blow up like that, but I kind of did.
It's definitely a hard conversation.
It is a hard conversation.
It shouldn't be a hard conversation. It should be an eye-opening conversation, right? But sometimes people with hard-headed and not open-minded person, it's tough to like even be on their level, because it's like, for me, like, I shut down easily, and I'm like, okay, you're not hearing me.
The thing about it, this entire thing, is that I've been thinking so much about it, and I feel like the deepest, like the root of this entire problem is ego and fear, right? However, because of that, we're not allowing us to, like, there are people who just lack the ability to have empathy for somebody else, and it really doesn't matter what color, where you're from. It doesn't. And the thing, I love that our Latin dance community is kind of leading this march, because the Latin dance community has all types of people, like Middle Eastern, Asian, Brazilian, like Northern European, like American, Black, Puerto Rican, like everybody, you know? And we have no problems. Like, we have other problems, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like competition problems, you know?
Yeah.
But I love, like, the love that we have. Like, the dance is what really bonds us together, you know? Like, we stand up for each other when things happen. Like, as many people already know, like, in the dance community, like, men hit on you all the time.
Yeah.
Men are out there to hunt, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real.
I like the way she moved her hips.
But I feel like the thing that we really need to do is put ourselves in another person's shoes. That's empathy, the willingness to understand. That's what we're missing, And like, I want to tell my parents, like, a lot of Asian people are also kind of like intrinsically racist, because I can say, I'm sure you can relate, like, the older generation, like, there's a generational gap between me and my parents. Even if it's one, it's huge. That cultural and generational gap is huge. And I don't really talk to my parents about that. And I have plenty of friends who are like the same age, they're doing well for themselves, they're very well spoken. They still don't talk to their parents about certain issues, because they already know they're not going to see eye to eye.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
With those tough conversations, of course, we're gonna have it. We're all, as much as we all like each other, we're not gonna, depending on like what we do in the walks of our lives. How can you think you can handle a conversation and turn it into a positive instead of like a debate? Like, how can you switch that, Christian?
So for me, I'm honestly.
You're such a tough.
I am. I'm one of those people. I am the stubborn. So that's my issue.
That's a good start, though.
No, I'm the stubborn. Luckily, I am not a racist person, because if I was, I would be stubbornly racist. I would be jacked up. But For me, it comes, like I said, I was talking about earlier, it's more factual. It's, you know, when somebody, this is how I have conversations, is I'm going to lay out the facts.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to go into
You
the
do.
emotional aspect of everything
that's
else.
right.
I'm going to lay out, these are the facts. If you choose not to take the facts and change your opinion, then go away. Because at that point, there's nothing I can do.
Nothing I can
There's no convincing you. There's no, I'm not getting ready to go, oh, we're getting ready to fight over this. No. Because, and I mean, at that point, and I'm not going to express any emotion towards you.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, you know what, conversation, I'm cool with you on anything else.
Conversation over.
And I don't personally even care to that extent to say like, oh, now I'm just not going to be your friend. I'm not going to talk. You're a human being.
Yes.
And as much as I'm 100% pro my community, I'm pro my community to get them up to a point where we can all see eye to eye, where we should all be able to have the knowledge that I have to build things like this and to own companies and to build our communities without having them torn and ripped down and things like that.
Yeah.
So I'm pro my community to get us equal, get us eye to eye. But then at that point, it's like, I'm 100% pro life. I want everybody, like, I talk to and deal with so many different types of people on a daily basis. Like, I'm 100%, like, my mind is, we don't even know truly, outside of your theories, we don't know truly why and how we exist. We all have our own theories. Yours is different than mine, yours is different than mine, yours is different than mine. I guarantee it, because I made mine up. Like, mine is made up. Like, I was like, oh, I think with this. And people are like, what? Where'd you pull that from? Out of my ass. I don't know. So I made mine up. But that's the whole thing. It's like, we don't truly know how we exist. It's not a fact. So therefore, like, what are we really fighting against? I get that right now, we need to fight for equality.
Yes,
we need to get us to a point where we can all see eye to eye. There's no reason why my kids shouldn't be as well educated as your kids and your kids. You know what I'm saying? In the future. Or whatever. But right now, that's it. Let's get us to the point where all of our kids can grow. Because I'm obviously not fighting for me today. Like, there's things, nothing, we can do all the marches we want. The things we're doing today, we're not going to see the results of in my lifetime. It's probably going to come long after I'm gone when the policies and the laws are going to be implemented that are going to change my kid's life or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So we're not fighting for ourselves today. We're fighting for legacy. You know, ultimately, right now, for the small change. Martin Luther King didn't see what he fought for today. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Malcolm X didn't see what he fought for today.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it comes from for me. It's like, I'm not getting ready to scrap and go hands with anybody who's unwilling to look at me as a human being and to look at other human beings as, we don't know how we exist. Love is the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
Truly. My money doesn't matter, my space doesn't matter, nothing else matters besides love and how I emotionally connect with you.
Yes.
And so if there's no emotional connection, there's nothing else, go away. Go back to your community, go back, because I'm not going to try to change your mind. What I am going to focus on are the people who are willing, who are open, who are listening, who want to learn and develop. Now I'm going to educate you. There's no point in speaking to deaf ears. I'm going to educate the people who want to hear it, the people who don't. I don't argue in my DMs when people tell me stuff and call me this and da. I don't argue. When the guy DMs me and calls me a nigger, I'm not going to argue with you. I am not. You will never, I'm not going to find you and shoot you down. Because it's just not, for one, that is how you were raised. That's your opinion. That's whatever it is. You know, it's not worth, as much as I feel like sometimes, I just want to off your head, it's not worth it. Like, truly, it's not worth the consequence of it. And then all the other the repercussions that come through your life for it's better if I just focus internally on what I am capable of accomplishing, dealing with the people who are willing to listen, and then helping the people who need it most, like the people who need to get to that point, educating whatever it may be. So,
because honestly, with different conversation, it's crazy how it impact or it doesn't impact a person, depending on the race. Because I was talking to somebody, I'm not gonna say name, but she is obviously not black, and I said, well, she said, how does it affect you? It affects me heavily. I have nephews and nieces that, you know, that are half black. And I have my, it's my cousin who's, you know, their mom, and like trying to say no mom wants to talk to her kids about what to do when you're driving or when you're running around and doing simple tasks. Like that's not how it should be.
You know, it's a difficult thing to know that if, you know, my mom, you know, we had to talk like, yo, you get pulled over, you don't reach for your, most people, you get pulled over, you reach over, you grab your stuff. No, you wait till the officer gets to the door, keep your hands on the steering wheel, your fingertips spread out. Why do I have to do this shit? Like, literally, it's because you don't know if that cop, it's not that he doesn't feel racist, he's scared. He's scared, he's trembling. If you see most cops that kill, aside from this last guy who blatantly like crushed that guy
with his hand
with his knee. I mean, like, come on. Most cops, they're not like, they're scared. They're scared. They don't know. They're ignorant to the culture and to the people. They just see dark skin. They see how we treat each other sometimes online. And then they say, in their mind, they say, oh, if he can do that to his own, what's he gonna do to me? But honestly, it's kind of like, and this is a sad situation. This is a crazy. This might sound like I said, we might have to cut this out. But it's like the statement of, you see a rattlesnake, you know, stay away from it, it's scary, etc. But what you don't know is the rattlesnake is more afraid of you than you are of it. It's the same thing with the police. The police are like, if you see a black man, you know how they treat each other, they might kill you too. Look how they kill each other over colors in their own community. They'll kill you for nothing. So, but really, that guy is really more scared of you than you are of him. So you're taking extra precaution when this guy is taking extra precaution, and it just elevates the emotion and the intensity between the conversation that you're having with this man, and there's somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose. And in most cases, the police, this guy who is scared of you, is who's winning, and it's sad. So to me, I'm not gonna lie to you, I think, like, I agree with the standpoint of what Black Lives Matter is what they're trying to accomplish. I don't know, like, can we pinpoint a name of who started Black Lives Matter? Does anybody know? No. So because of that, I have no fact that there's not some racist white guy who created Black Lives Matter.
Let's create Black Lives Matter.
To get them emotionally stirred up. This is what I do for a living. I make people feel some type of way about other people. I was a part of multiple mayors' social media campaigns to make people feel good about the mayor that's now running, blah, 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 blah. I do this for a living. So therefore, if you're the powers that be, if you're the guy who's overseeing the world or whatever, and you have all the money, and I sit here and I say, how do I make these black people do what I want them to do? Well, let's stir up some emotion. Let's create some stuff. Let's do this. Stir it up. Get them angry. Show them killing each other. Yeah, exactly. Show them getting killed. Show them this. Show them that. Don't show the other stuff. Don't show the Asians that are getting killed. Don't show the white people. Don't show the other people that are also being killed. Show just the black people. So you can make them super hyped up. And then once we get them super hyped up, you can slaughter them all. I don't know. That's just my idea. That's just like, hey, if I am a racist guy, you gotta play devil's advocate. You gotta sometimes be a part of the community that you gotta pretend to be a part of a community that you really don't support. You know what I'm saying? So this is where, to me, Black Lives Matter is cool, but it's also a little corny. It's like, fuck this bullshit. Like, get up off your ass. Let's do, like, we technically, okay, I'm guessing I'm a little more on the Malcolm X side of, like, look, let's do what the fuck we have to. Nothing has ever been handed to us. No, they're not gonna fix our problems. They're not. The only thing we can do is militia up, make sure we're good, and then on top of that, start to build. Start to educate, start to train, start to teach our own people. I'm not talking about like, oh, teach them how to shoot black cops. Shoot cops. I'm not teaching them how to do that. I'm talking about teach them in general how to begin to establish our own community for real. Like for real. Because we're asking them right now to, hey, let us be a part of your community.
Yeah.
It's been years, they ain't giving it to us. And even if we do, we're gonna get 1 inch of a step closer. So you wanna fight for another 1,000 years of just being the poor community that they keep saying we have low IQs and all these other bullshit that comes along with it? That we don't. We're smart, we're strong. We are everything that everybody else is. We're resilient, we're everything. We just don't tap into it because we're too emotionally stirred up with this bullshit that people are putting in front of us to be stirred up about. So it's like, fuck that. So for me, I go back to my original statement. Cool with the protests. I'm cool with the riot. I'm cool with all. We don't own none of that shit anyway. So whatever, fuck it. But don't lose sight of we need to build our own. Oh, okay, hey, yeah, you killed. I'm gonna step up and let everybody know, yeah, you killed our people. That's not fucking cool. We're gonna beat your ass for that. No doubt. But on the back end, I'm also building my own shit. I'm about to work closer with my brother over here who also has another mentality. We getting ready to build our own shit. And then I'm gonna link with another brother until we start expanding
that community and then reaching out for what you can reach at the
exactly. And if you try to crush us again like you did in Tulsa, if you try to inject us with some more bullshit, it's not gonna happen again because this time we are ready. Gang members, you blood crippin' and vice lording out there, fuck that. Come together.
Yeah.
Let's stop. Let's stop. Like, I don't know why we can't walk past each other. And it is, we have our own issues. I get it. We have a ton of issues that we need to fucking fix. Like, there's no reason why I'm walking around a mall and my brother, this black guy, looks at me and eyeballs me all the way down. Like, and I nod and say, "What's up, bro? What's up?"
Yeah.
And he, why? Why? Because I'm light skinned, you're dark skinned. Because who gives a fuck? Like,
Can y'all feel that passion? Y'all should be in the studio. If you can feel the heat, y'all need to be here.
I'm sorry. You know, look, I gotta also put the disclaimer out. I share the same birthday as Pop. So
Yeah, I was about to say that next, yeah.
I get passionate really quick, and I know I don't care about what everybody else do. All I know is what I know, and all I know is like my heart is in the right place, and what I want to ultimately accomplish, not just for myself but for my community, is this. And the only way to do this is like stop just being spoon-fed. Oh yeah, this is what you should do to fix your problem. This is what you should do. There's not one other culture out there that has undergone, not to say that they haven't undergone slavery, but that's undergone the oppression that the black community has had. So no one knows how to fix the shit. So to say, oh, you shouldn't riot, or you should peacefully do this. We don't know how to fix it. We don't know how to change these people's minds. So since we don't know how about we just know what to do best? Like, let's get money together. Like, and then let's build some shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's stop fucking with each other a little bit. Like for 2 seconds. Like 2 seconds.
It starts from the within, right? Help yourself first, get your shit together, reach for another hand, and reach for
Just
another
like
hand. Now your hands are full, then you start building, and then you can make.
Put my back's on first, then I put yours
That's
on.
right. That's playing 1-on-1.
Hey, I can't do shit for you if I'm passing out.
That's
you know what I'm saying? So it's just we as a community need to dive into ourselves because they're not giving us shit. We're not gonna get it. I don't care how much we fight, how much we whine, complain, and yell, Black Lives Matter. We can do it for 50 more years. They're not gonna give us the shit in the time frame that we want it. Everything that you see that you're doing today, if you wanna fix some shit today, we have to come together today. I love the marches. I love it. I saw so many people coming together, but I still don't think it's the right people. We're not bringing our gangs together. You know what I'm saying? Like the LA riots with the two tied together flags. We need to be doing that because you know what I ultimately wish? Like, I know this is some esoteric, like, random bullshit. I wish aliens would attack. I straight up wish, like, aliens would attack the Earth. Because you know why? That would bring unity,
all together.
everybody together. We ain't got nothing else to support. Hey, kill that motherfucker right there. They don't care if you're racist or not.
You're an earthling.
Hey, I know you're black, but we gotta kill that man right there.
Yeah.
We got a new black man in
We
town.
need a common enemy to start.
We do. We need a common
Against the
enemy.
human race, right?
Exactly.
Right.
I'm about to create some alien robots. I'm like, oh, we get attacked. I swear that's the ultimate way to cure everything here. Is because at that point, it's we're fighting for us as Earth as a whole. It's like Independence Day type stuff. You know.
Yeah.
And so
It's funny that we have both of them on the show today. It's funny because how I met them too. Like he said, he's the Tupac because his birthday is the 16th, mine's the 15th. You're a day apart. That's crazy. So I'm Ice Cube. I'm born the same day, same year as Ice Cube. And when me and Yuri first met, I have like this cosmic connection with her. Like either she was my twin, she was my sister, or we were joined together on some other realm, because we cannot have coffee together because it'll last like hours.
Hours. We
When
can't stop
he and-
talking.
When you and I first met, it was hours.
I had to say I'm hungry.
You're like, I gotta go, my
I
stomach's
gotta
growling.
go. Like I'm physically like.
But I don't know what the
there's no cutting the
connection
conversation with this dude.
There's some kind of
Sorry.
connection. We gotta do something. I mean, 'cause even if we talking about, oh, what are you doing? I gotta go.
I know, right?
Right. That's crazy.
She can post something like, I saw that yesterday. He can say something like, I said that yesterday. So we are all connected on some kind of
I think we all are as humans in general. I just think that most people don't. They choose like they put up a block to not accept what others are putting out, the same energy. I think we're all one big ball of energy, and we're just not accepting each other. I am you, you are me.
Yeah.
For under a microscope, I mean literally. And then you think about like our lives. Like, okay, so if the Earth is smaller than a grain of sand on all the beaches on Earth, in comparison to the universe, then what are we?
What are we? Parasites.
We're less than parasites.
Parasites.
We're less than like the smallest thing that you can fathom. We're tiny. So you could take it in two ways. You could say, oh, well, my life doesn't matter. I'm going to off myself, which is one way. Or you take it the complete other way and say, my life doesn't matter. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do. I'm going to build and love and emote and be a part of anything that I can possibly be of, and try to educate and upgrade myself to the highest point that I could possibly be, because it doesn't matter even if I reached using 15% of my brain and I was the smartest man on earth, you're still less than the air that we breathe. You're tiny, you're minuscule.
And I love what you're talking about now because it's humility, right?
Right.
It's like understanding that we are not superior. Nobody is more superior than another person.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what position you are in, it's socioeconomically, right? It doesn't matter how much money you got. It doesn't matter how many friends you have, right?
It doesn't matter
It
anything.
doesn't,
None of that shit matters.
Yeah.
None of it.
Exactly.
And so, besides how, and the only thing that truly makes your life important is how you affect other people.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Highest vibration.
That's it. If love is the highest vibration.
Yeah.
If I'm not doing, if all I care about is me, my money, my this, my that, don't care about nothing else besides this, then my life is meaningless. It's less than the meaningless that it already is. So therefore, if I can't affect you without hurting me, obviously, if I can't affect you and do something good for you, then my life is meaningless. So my goal in life is what I call touching people. I just want to touch like
Relationships.
Yeah. As much as I possibly, I'm gonna touch as many people as I can. You're gonna know me, and if you come close enough and you give me good energy, you come close enough to smell my breath, I want to affect you in a way that brings you up to a higher level, or whatnot, or whatever it can be. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my whole just outlook on everything, and I think that as people, we just get so caught up in this that we don't see that. And you're unwilling to understand that. You're unwilling to put yourself in somebody else's shoes or position. And again, I'm blessed for the diversity that I was born in Hawaii and moved from Hawaii to Indiana, to Los Angeles, to Vegas. I've dealt with so many different types of people where I can say, I understand you. I don't like you, but I understand you.
Yeah.
And therefore, because I understand you as a human being, and just for the general sake of being a human being, I'm going to give you the respect you deserve. Even if that respect means I'm going to distance myself and just say, hey, I'm fucking with you. You know what I'm saying?
Can't be friends with everybody.
Can't be friends with everybody. Not meant to be loved by everybody.
Or whatever.
I'll still clap for you from this far.
100%. Right on. Hey, good job.
Good
No,
job.
stay there.
Stay where you at. We good.
I still don't like your ass, but you stay over there. Good job. Good job. Good job.
So the question for you is, so how did the pandemic affect you? Because you had a pandemic, how did that bring us together? Because this whole pandemic opened a lot of people's eyes.
On a very nuclear level, in terms of my family, and also kind of like worldly, I guess. So my mother is actually here from Korea. This has been an incredible opportunity for us to bond because we've been separated for 10 years.
We're looking at it.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so beautiful.
I've been I'm talking to so many people about this, but I really feel like this is such a good opportunity. Like growth cannot happen without destruction.
Exactly.
I love conflict.
Yeah.
Like anytime there's conflict in my life, I'm like, let's go.
Let's grow.
I love the opportunity. It's like fun for me,
Yeah.
Like I want to figure this out. Like why is there conflict? Like I'm gonna analyze the shit out of it. You know?
I love that.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm just like, wow. Like I feel I have some friends who are like, I've been waiting for this moment. I'm like, me too. And like there's a lot of breakdowns happening in my family because we have to face those things, right? We haven't talked really. There isn't really much communication happening on a daily basis. We
I
don't have that sticky
mean,
bond.
in Asian community, communication is really tough. So
It's tough.
culturally,
So
it's tough to
Oh
begin
my
with.
god! Like every single time I go into like a lunch with my parents, I'm like hella nervous. Like, okay, what is it gonna be today? You know? So I like mentally prepare myself going in, and you know, what I practice is kind of similar. Like I have a mindset of like wanting to uplift people around me. Like if somebody like is in my side, I'm gonna give them like my energy.
Yeah,
you know? Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
do whatever I can to support them, empower them, and like what I try to do is hold space, right? Like always have a compassionate like mindset. Like I'm here to listen. Like you can be and say whatever you want. Like I want to be a container for people. I think when we can hold space for people, that's when like people start to express what's really on their minds, what's on their hearts, right? And I know a lot of people, like a lot of even like Caucasians right now, like they may feel like I actually have a lot of friends who said this to me, like I don't know what to do, like no matter what we do, like they may even take it more offensive, like offensively, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I feel like both sides, like black people and white people, whoever the racists are out there, it doesn't have to be white, you know what I'm saying, right?
You're not defending me.
I just want to
You're good.
yeah, basis, but I feel like we really have to hold space for each other, and it takes a little risk, it takes a little vulnerability.
Yeah.
It may be uncomfortable, but we have to be in that space to find healing. Right? Like we have to be in that space because without listening to each other, we don't know what's on each other's minds. No awareness, no
You
transformation.
can't just attack somebody and not know where they come from. Like you can't attack somebody and not figure out where the root of their racism or their systemic ideas or whatever come from. It's just so I love to listen to a racist. Like please tell me where it came from. Where did you get this thought that I am such a bad person? And then it's funny because I was talking to one the other day and he was like, literally, I'm like, oh, you're racist, cool, let's talk. Like, let's go.
Let's talk.
He's like, oh yeah, well, this is what's going on. Is your culture kills themselves and da 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 da. And then I said, look, I don't kill. I said I grew up around it, but I was like, you also need to understand that where we came from. It's like, did you see? And I brought it up to the guy, the facts. I was like, did you see the bricks that were placed in certain areas to start the riots? Where did those bricks come from? He said, oh, you think my culture brought a big pallet of 5 bricks to start the riots?
Yeah.
Do you think we did that? Where did we get the bricks from?
Where we get the bricks
I ain't
from?
no brick maker. You know what I'm saying? So
And we sure ain't gonna buy some
we're
bricks.
not gonna buy no bricks and then place them for everybody else to use. If I'm buying bricks, I'm buying them for myself. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think those bricks came from? Oh, those came from. Whoop. Okay, now you're done. So this is what's happened for years. Is you're talking about we killed each other. Where did we get the guns? Who put the guns in our communities
Where did
for us to
crack
kill?
come from?
Exactly. And so you talking about, all you guys do is sell drugs to each other. Did I create the drugs? Or did it come from your culture? Because I'm pretty sure you guys are the ones that started some shit. And then, it just so happened to get into our communities. And then now you're arresting us. And then, on top of
See passion. You see that? Vibration.
you're arresting us. No one ever knows of the 100 to 1 ratio of crack cocaine to powdered cocaine. Meaning that if you can have 100 grams of powdered cocaine and I can have 1 gram of crack cocaine. 1 gram of crack cocaine can stick in my pocket.
Yep.
I can slip in your pocket, you'll never know what's there. 1 gram of crack cocaine versus 100 grams of powder, and give the same person who had 1 gram the same sentence as the person who had 100.
Oh, that's
Why is that?
Show.
Why is that?
That's a different kind of
That's
topic.
So that's a whole different topic. I'm sorry, but
No.
these are the systemic issues that no one sees in the white community. I'm sorry, other communities in general don't see, don't understand, and don't know how to attack. And so because they don't know how to attack it, they don't know how to verbalize it. So this is why, yes, I will talk to a racist all day. And then afterwards, we do all this discussion. I have all these key points, and he says, well, you're one of the good ones.
You're one of the good ones.
That's racist, fucker! Like, what are you talking about? You can't say that! Because we're all good. We've just been put in places that fucked us.
Yeah.
And so therefore, you're not giving us the opportunity to grow.
It's a deep-rooted cycle that got passed on to generations and generations. It starts from the home. It starts opening up conversation. I mean, I'm 35 years old, and this is the first time my mom and I talked about race. I mean, we've seen it happening and stuff like that, but it's the first time we had that open conversation. I think racism, no one is born in this planet and like automatically, you know what I'm saying?
You too.
Like in your room, you're already racist. It's from who you grew up with and what that person that's racing you planted in your head. So getting into a more, taking yourself out of where you come from. We talked about this, like you gotta, get out from where you come from. Like you've traveled, you've lived in so many places. That's one of the parts that you can educate yourself as an individual. And then maybe, be that one person in your family to educate yourself. So when you come back, then you can impact your family. I feel like that's how you would, easiest way, because it always starts from home, right?
That's right.
And again, no one was racist. So it's an ending cycle, a family cycle that we have to break. Like this is the time where we're in a better place when it comes to social media. Social media is powerful. Utilize it. It's powerful.
Yes.
Utilize it for the good, but also make different friends. Don't just stick to your one friend. Different race. Like I would make with every people, like every racist, because that's how you educate yourself, and then bring it back home to educate your family. To break that cycle, to start that conversation. You know what? We don't see eye to eye, but let's have that
open-ended conversation.
Open conversation. We don't have to agree at the end of the day, but I just want you to be empathetic or sympathetic towards what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, we just want to be heard. We want to be heard. We want to be, you know what I'm saying? Loved. So I think everyone has an obligation to start from what you can reach. Start the dialogue, start the
conversation. It doesn't matter how many followers you have on Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah.
If you can do that within your own small group, that will spread. And some people think, oh, my voice doesn't matter because I don't have a lot of friends.
Nothing is little. You can impact something because you can have 5 friends and then you touch this person so much. That's all you need. That person probably have 50 friends. What you did and you think that does not matter, that person have different people.
Absolutely.
He can turn around.
You can use the virus as an example.
Yeah, simple touching.
Simple touch.
Can
one person
expand a virus and go worldwide.
Yeah.
And
look how fast it traveled.
And everything else is the same thing.
Yeah.
Anything. It's just a simple conversation. That's why I said I don't mind talking to racists. I talked to this guy here the other day, and this fool was ranting about, you guys kill each other, you guys da-da-da-da. And then you hit him with facts, and I say, well, do you know about Tulsa? Do you know about the Tuskegee? Do you know about this? He's like, what? Like, yeah, you didn't know that they injected us with syphilis and that they did it?
Right.
Do you not know anything about it?
Yeah.
Well, you want an excuse for it, but then you're like, dang, my culture's just kind of fucked up. Yeah, you just gotta kind of eat that shit.
You have to knowledge spread it. You know what I'm saying? It's the way you educate people.
Yeah, and so you have to do it in the right way. And you don't come at somebody negatively. I sometimes come off passionate, so they think
He
it's
is
being
passionate,
loud.
and I misunderstood
I
a
will
couple
come off
things with
passionate
him.
about
So if you know Christian, he's just a very passionate person.
Yeah, that's it. People think I'm mad all the time. Why are you mad? I'm not mad.
I was like, why are you mad at me right now?
I'm not yelling. I'm just really passionate.
I'm just really passionate. I just wanted to tell you mine. But I'll get passionate about anything. You talk to me about your business. This morning, my sister thought I was yelling at her because she's talking about, she's like, I just need to hire people. I said, no, you need to work your ass off. And she's like, why are you getting mad at me? I'm not getting mad at you. I'm just telling you, you're tanning right now. You could be working, but you're talking about you want to hire them. So, I just believe that it comes, people love excuses. They love the idea of the excuse. But I can just say, oh, this is why. When ultimately, you have legs, you have hands, you have arms, you have a brain, you have things that you need right within yourself to create change for yourself
Yeah.
And then for everybody, and for anybody else, you can go out and touch. And it's kind of like, and not to like use the Michael Jackson song, but starting with the man in the mirror. Like you start with yourself. Like in general, like you just look at yourself and figure out, where are my flaws? Like, and that's all cultures. You just say, where are my flaws? I remember at one point I was afraid of my own culture. Dead ass. Like, just to be straight honest, it was crazy because growing up in Indiana, growing up in certain areas, like, I'm not dark enough. Like, black people will look at me and say, you don't have the same issues I have because you're light skinned. You have light skin privilege.
And I'm too dark to be white.
Exactly. And it's called light skin privilege. It's crazy. There's white privilege.
Yes, that's
Then
true.
there's light skin privilege, which means you don't fit
It's another
in.
topic, guys. It's another topic.
You don't fit in quite with your community, even though you live with them, eat with them, play with them, drink with them, do all that stuff with them. You don't quite fit in with our community, but you're not white either.
Yeah.
So what's crazy is they say, well, if the white people, what light skin privilege is the white people had the choice of choosing between a dark skinned black man or a light skinned black man, he's gonna fill his quota with the light skin, because at least
We talked about it
it's
last week on the
closer.
show.
You know, I'm like, but at the same time, what's crazy is if they had to fire a white person or a light-skinned black person.
Sorry, light-skinned brother, you
Sorry,
gotta
light-skinned
go.
brother, you gotta go. So hold on, I still get screwed either way. In multiple avenues, I'm getting screwed over. So it's kind of like, damn, it's a little tougher. Yeah, I might have got the job, but I also got fired from the job for being the black guy. So
This is a great topic. I think we should have a part 2. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, there needs
We
to
need
be.
to have.
I can go.
I'm thinking about all these different things in my head.
there's like branches.
Yeah.
And so like,
Yeah.
like holy shit, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about
We need to
this.
bring you guys back on together again. Are you up for a part 2?
Yeah, absolutely.
Some
I'm
other
down.
week? Let's do
I
that.
have
I
so
work
much
there,
to
so-
say still.
Okay, let's do that. So starting with you, so how can they find you? Give me your handle.
It's Yuri, YURI_star_lights. And I also have a vegan page if anybody's vegan out there. It's earthconscious_vegan.
There you go. How can they find you, Christian?
You can just find me at Christian Pfeiffer, CHRISTIAN Pfeiffer, PHYFIER. If you usually get to the PHY, it'll pop up. So, or 3125 Studios.
You gotta see this place.
Or Resistant Group, or any of the companies that float out there. There's a lot of them. But also follow the Black Dollar, the BLK, kind of like spelled just like that, BLKDLR on Instagram. It has no followers right now and no posts, but go buy this video. Time gets out.
Thank you very
Just
much.
created.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time.
Yeah, we appreciate it. And thank you, Blackwater, for always supplying the water for us. We love it. I might need some more. But thank you so much. My name is Ramel Russell.
My name is Tasha Duchosa. This is Late Night Chronicles, Season 1.
Season 1, episode
Episode
8. And we'll catch you again for part 2. Because we got to bring them back again.
And that's our time. Thank you very much. Let's wrap it.
Oh.
Thank you guys.